Welcome back to Libcast, the library podcast, hosted by the Library, University of Kelaniya, Sri Lanka.
Hello, and welcome back to Libcast. You're with your host for another episode of Webrarian, where we explore the tools of the modern researcher. Over the last few episodes, we've talked about amazing AI tools that help you find, verify, and understand information. But they all have one thing in common. You're using an AI that someone else built. What if you could flip that around? What if you could build your own AI assistant, trained specifically on your notes, your research articles, or your project data? An expert that knows only what you've taught them. Today, we're talking about a tool that lets you do just that, without writing a single line of code. It's called Botsonic. So what is Botsonic? It's a platform for building your own custom AI chatbots. Now, I know what you might be thinking chatbots are for businesses for customer service. And yes, that's one use. But the potential for students, researchers, and librarians is what's truly exciting. The core idea is simple. You provide the knowledge, and Botsonic builds the brain. It creates a conversational AI that can answer questions based only on the information you gave it. It's like creating your own personalized ChatGPT that is a world-class expert on one very specific topic, yours. The process is surprisingly simple. First, you feed your new bot its data. You can upload files directly your lecture notes, research papers, lab reports, or you can just give it a link to a website, like a library database guide or project resource page. This becomes the bot's entire universe of knowledge. Second, you customize its personality. This part is fun. You give it a name and you can tell it how to act. For example, you could instruct it, "You are a helpful research assistant. Your tone should be encouraging and academic." And third, you deploy it. You can chat with it yourself through a private link, or you can embed it on a website or a class blog with a simple copy and paste. Imagine you're writing a thesis and you've collected 50 different PDF articles. You upload all of them to create a bot. Now, instead of searching through your files, you could just ask your personal bot, "What were the main conclusions from the Smith 2022 study?" And it will give you the answer instantly, citing the source document. So, why is this a game changer for our audience? 1. It creates a hyper-personalized research tool. It turns your static folder of documents into a dynamic, conversational database that you can query and interact with. It's amazing for knowledge sharing. A professor could create a bot trained on the course readings to help students study. A library could create a 24/7 bot to answer common questions about citations or using a specific archive. And 3, it's creative. It pushes you to think about how information is structured and how you can make it more accessible and useful, which is at the very heart of what libraries are all about. So, Botsonic is a tool that lets you go from being an information consumer to an information creator. You're not just finding knowledge, you're building a new way to engage with it. That's all the time we have for today on Webrarian. Go on and think about what kind of expert assistant you could build.
And that brings us to the end of this episode of Libcast. Thank you so much for tuning in and spending your valuable time with us today. We hope this conversation has sparked your curiosity and given you something new to think about. We're incredibly proud to be Sri Lanka's first ever university library podcast, brought to you by the team here at the Library of the University of Kelaniya. Our goal is to keep bringing you insightful discussions, stories, and knowledge. If you enjoyed this episode, please help us grow by following us. You can find Libcast on all major podcast platforms, including Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Podcast Guru, Podchaser, Amazon Music, and wherever else you get your podcasts. Until next time, keep reading, keep learning, and stay curious.